just a quick overview from yourself first.
Yeah, I wanted to get the rounds in. I wanted to show that I was fit enough to do all the rounds with that aggressive style that I've got. So I'm happy with the result. Obviously, I'd have loved to get a stoppage, but he's a tough man. He's a very tough man.
You said you brought a lot of people here today.
Yeah.
Like I said, we heard them on your ring walk. And what were the ring walk and the occasion all like?
You know what? In that smaller but more boutique sort of venue, it was you could feel it. You could feel it straight away, and there were people around you trying to touch gloves and stuff. It was good. I enjoyed it. Enjoyed the atmosphere. Enjoyed the show. Obviously, I had roughly about the same for my first fight as I had that fight, and it felt like double.
Did it feel better than your debut?
Yeah, it felt better than my debut. Obviously, I had a lot of nerves on my debut, even though I've had obviously my unlicensed fights and a few amateurs and stuff, and I've fought in front of a lot of people. It's the nerves are off this time. We had a bit of a complication with the opponents last show, which I was a little bit like, where am I fighting, what weight am I fighting? This one we knew we was fighting, we knew what weight I needed to be, and it was a much better environment just to come in. As I said, it's more of a boutique style venue, so it was nice to be in that, and it was nice and classy. It was good. I enjoyed it.
How would you rate him compared to your pro debut opponent?
Look, I don't want to add. Look, Seamus is a very tough man. Harry's a very tough man. Two different types of person. Obviously, with Harry, very strong. I do rounds with Harry now, and he's a very good boxer. Obviously, had that very good pedigree to start off with. I think he went 14, 15-0 in the start of his career. So he knows what he's doing. He's gone all the rounds with Chris Eubank Jr. and stuff like that. Seamus is a very tough man, and he does what he does very well. So I don't want to pick between who's better and who's worse, because it would to get the fish. I had Seamus at 12.5 and Harry Matthews at 13.5. So it's like, it's hard to pick between them, and I won't.
You haven't had an easy start, have you?
No.
To say, like, your pro debut, like the people that you fought in 2 fights, do you know what I mean, credible for like a 10th fight.
Yeah.
So why have you? I know, like you said, Steffi kind of chooses the opponents.
See you later.
Did you just say I want anyone? Is that what it was?
Listen. As I've said before, I said it in the last interview, 30 years old, I'm not here for a long time, I'm here for a good time, and I want to have these good fights. I don't want to mess no one about. I want to try and run this as far as I can, and wherever I go, that's as simple as that. So I just want the tough fights, and I want the good fights, and I want to escalate myself as quick as possible.
I know that you mentioned about the boutique crowd and everything felt on top of you. How different was like that ring walk compared to your pro debut? Because like you said, to me it felt like everyone was like on top of each other.
Yeah.
The atmosphere was class for your ring walk and stuff like that. Was it a lot? Would you say you enjoyed that ring walk more than you did your debut?
Yeah, absolutely. A lot more comfortable for starters. As I said, there were the same amount of numbers roughly. There were a few more on my debut, but bigger venue. But there was 20-30 between the difference, so it wasn't a lot of people to the difference. But yeah, it felt everyone was there. Everyone touching gloves and stuff. It felt like a proper venue. It felt like a proper venue rather than a converted sports hall.
Like you said, when do you want to be next out? Do you want to keep active? I
want to be out in December. Me and Steffi will have a chat. I want to be out in December. All being well. Yeah, I want 3-0 this year. That's my goal. 3-0 this year, and then we're going to work on from there. Thank you very much for that.
How are you doing?
I'm good, brother. Thank you.
When do you want 6 rounders?
When do I want 6 rounders? Maybe 1, 2, 4 rounders, straight on to 6s. I ain't wasting time. As I said, we'll have a word with the corner. I wanted to prove that I was fit enough at the pace that I fight for 4 rounds, maybe 1 more, and I'm ready for 6s then.
Do you reckon you paced yourself a lot better this time? Because I know that you went after him at round 1, didn't you?
Yeah, I felt like I still put a lot in most of my shots. I didn't really pull back on my shots. So although I didn't go 100 miles per hour in the first round, I did put a lot in the shots to try to sort of slow him down straight away, just to let him know that this is what the pace we're going to be for the whole fight. So I felt a lot fitter. I've been working on my stuff. Steffi, Latif, and Ray have all been saying I need to start changing my programming a little bit, so I've started entailing sprints a lot more into my session to make sure that I'm explosive all the time, because I'm an explosive fighter. I like to throw big shots. I don't really like tippy-tappy bullshit, and it's like if I'm going to do that, I need to train to do that. So just slight adjustments to my training from the guys, and I've gone away, worked on that, done my own work, and here we are, much better result.
Final one, what would you rate your performance out of 10?
About a 7 out of 10. About a 7 out of 10. Won every round, so you can't ask more than that. The only more that you would have made a little bit higher was a knockout.
Always room for improvement.
Yeah, always. Thank you very much. Perfect. Cheers.